team, welcome back to Easy Adapted PE. Sarah here, and today we're going to talk about how you set up your specific space and the key things you want to have or not have in there in order to create a welcoming, sensory-friendly environment for your students and your staff and yourself. Because everybody can get overwhelmed sometimes when things are a little bit too busy. Like this board back here, I would never have this in my gym posted up expecting the kids to understand everything that's going on, right? This is for you guys so you can see some resources that you could create on your own, or some of the things that I'm giving you, how I set up my adapted PE space. Now it depends on where you are. Sometimes I had the luxury of being right in the gym. Sometimes I was in a hallway, which we all know how we feel about that, okay? If you don't, and if you need some advice or some help in how to get out of the hallway, I am here to help you with that. Please leave a comment below, and I'm more than happy to provide you with some resources and some tactics to how to get out of the hallway. The other thing that you might be in, like perhaps at like a spare room or an auxiliary room, something that's like a little bit smaller, has a lot more exits, maybe has a bathroom in it. I've been in all of these different kinds of spaces. Maybe you have to be outside. Let's talk about it. Lighting, especially for lighting. Sometimes if I'm in the gymnasium and I can control the lighting, maybe half of the lighting, I will turn it off and it'll just be the natural light that's coming through the windows. If you don't have windows and it's completely dark in there, I do not suggest this. But if you have a chance to lower that lighting, especially in the beginning of your lesson or at the end of your lesson, those are beautiful cues for the kids because they're not coming into this bright, crazy new space, blah, blah, blah. They can just come on in, they know to sit down at their spots, or they know to start walking their laps, whatever it is, whatever structure it, hang on, there we go. Whatever structure it is that you have in place, they already know, they can look at the board, okay, we're gonna sit down. I use soft ambient music. I'm not having them come in to rock and roll right away, okay? We will get into it. We have some awesome playlists that we use, and I'm happy to share that with you guys. If you want the playlist, please leave a comment below, and I will share it right back in the comments. Cues are super important, so I will have the hands to self, the listen, and the quiet up always. I have first then boards in case a student is really struggling and we need to say, okay, first this, then that. Obviously this is always up no matter where I'm teaching. And then we also have individual schedules. So this is just a laminated piece of paper with Velcro on it, and it has the student's name at the top. And then you can just put whatever it is that you're doing. You take these picture cues, you stick it right to the individual schedules, and then that student knows this is what we're doing for the day. All of those visuals are super, super important for students so they understand the expectations and they have that structure and they know what it is they're supposed to be doing. And the paraprofessionals also know what it is that you want from them as well. I create a quiet corner either with a yoga or some mats. So the reason I do this is because students can sometimes be unpredictable. You might have something scheduled or planned that a student does not want to do. Maybe the student was unable to take their medication that morning, eat breakfast. Maybe something happened right before PE and they just are not ready to begin. They just need some time. So they can go into that quiet corner with a mat, with a paraprofessional in order to kind of settle down, to chill out, to do whatever it is they need to do to be ready to participate. Those are really, really important. Having that quiet corner, showing that quiet corner to all the students, to all the staff, this is where you're going to go. You don't want to put it near any exit doors, near any fire alarms, anything that's breakable. Put everything into a rolling cart or a bin, or even put it in a corner. And what we used to do is put like get old school baby gates and put the baby gates around the equipment, put a big old blanket or sheet from home, whatever you have, over the equipment, so it's just like no longer visual, no longer knows what it is. I mean, some of the kids are still going to be interested, and that's when you put your stop signs on the baby gate. This is not for you type of thing, but at least all of your equipment is in that room. And then if you need, or I'm sorry, all of your equipment is out in the gymnasium. So if you need an aid, for example, to go grab you a hula hoop, it's already under there. She can just go grab it. She doesn't have to leave the room, or he doesn't have to leave the room either. So very important to have that equipment ready. Using chalk or cones to create those boundary lines is super important. Sometimes I even use the aids. So depending on the space and what we have, if I have a wall, That's like one aid, if you will. Like the kids aren't going to go through the wall, hopefully. I mean, you never know, right? So I will create walls with the aids. So the aids will kind of be that wall. Their back is to the open space. The kids are inside, and there's another aid facing this way. Maybe there's another aid over here. So we're creating that space with our bodies. The aids are still able to help out when the students are near them. Maybe we do stations, so each aid is a station, but we're still creating that wall or that space. You add in cones between it. Outside is really tough. It can be scary, especially if you have elopers, but again, the more that you do it, the more that they're going to understand the structure, and they're going to understand, like, I have to stay here. This is what we're doing. Flexibility is key, and a positive attitude goes a really long way. All right, so if you want my checklist for setting up any space for Adapted P.E, I put it down below in the description. Please share your creative solutions and put them in the comments, because I'd love to add to this. I know we'd love to hear from other people, so let us know what you do. I'll see you guys next time.